Hello, 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 and welcome, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions. Leo rising, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi. I gotta tell you, blessing the decks before this read, whoo, I do Wim Hof breath and prayer before every single reading I do. And this one had a nice tingle to it. Like, it almost gave me the giggles in that kind of fun Leo way, Leo rising that I am. So look, I'm gonna try and keep myself out of this reading, but you know, you tried this work, you know, particularly when you're looking at your own Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign, as I said. Leo rising, I look like one for sure. So I'll do my best on that. But welcome back, my subscribers. You know, I just turned 52 years old, September 6th, a couple of days ago, 2 days ago from when I'm recording this. Your love, your support, you're helping a 52-year-old man make his way on his YouTube journey, doing what he's been doing. I mean, I've been reading cards since I'm 12. Next year, really, it'll be 12. My God, that's 40 years I've been doing anything, let alone, you know, breathing. So this change in my career is lovely, is wonderful. I'm making friends all over the world, reading clients from all over, paying my bills. So thank you so much for helping me build my number. Now, I understand I can do extended reads right here if I have 30,000, quite a ways away from that. So if you are new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, and all that jazz. Help my numbers up, because right now I'm sending it all over to Vimeo, which is fine when I do an extended reading. There isn't one for this series of reads, but for the Twin Flames and Soulmates, I'm going to keep doing them. They're helping people. I'm a Virgo. What do you want? Cool. Let's get down to business. This is a general reading. It's 11 cards, right? And I wrote it down. 4 of the cards are oracle cards, 1 from 4 different decks. 6 tarot cards, 3 from 2 different tarot decks, past, present, future, simple timeline, you'll see. And 1 healing mantra card, which is technically a healing modality. Or a healing tool, then it is divination proper, but watch how I make it work. So stay present and stay in the present moment. Focus on your breath. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. It's what I love about these readings. The What Do I Need reads for the half moons, right? New to full, full to new, is that it's just getting you clues, tips, and hints on the mystery of life and what a tricky time we're in. It's like spiritual counseling, spiritual teaching, and divination all together for me. And my guides are driving the show. Apollo in particular, who sits in the throne of Leo for me, we're very close. He's gorgeous. I mean, all the gods are gorgeous. I mean, they call Hephaestus the ugly god. He ain't ugly. He's my type. Let's do this. Ready? Take a nice deep breath. Oh, all the decks that I'm reading are in the description box below. We're looking at the new moon, Thursday, September 17th, 7 a.m. until it goes void, of course, 7:42 a.m. You got 42 minutes to do your new moon magic or whatever it is you're going to do if you want to wake up that early Eastern time, 7 a.m. But if you can hang in there until 2:56 p.m., you can catch the, not necessarily the new moon in Virgo, but it will be the newish moon in Libra. And this waxing moon goes into the full blood moon in Aries, October 1st. It's like, who booked this year? Really? Really? We have to have the blood moon first day of October? Yeah, well, here we go. Let's have at it. Transformation for everybody. And you get a dark night of the soul. And you get a dark night of the soul. And you get a dark night of the soul. For those of us who've already had them, welcome to the party. The underworld's not such a bad place. It's not so much the hate, it's the stupidity. So let's keep going. We're October 1st. We're doing that 5:05 p.m. We also have a blue moon on Halloween. I almost said on Hollywood, which is almost as bad. This might be helpful, right? Build yourself up this waxing moon. Let's have a look. We're going to talk to my pantheons. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to start with the angels, gods, and goddesses from the Blue Angel Publishing Company. The author Tony Carmine Salerno. This is a very in-your-face deck, in my opinion, for an oracle, but it's a nice, let's set a tone. First card down. Breathe. My pantheons of angels, gods, and goddesses, hence the name of the oracle. Please, can I get 1 card of clarity for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this new moon in Virgo to new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries. There's something that happens for the Leo collective like a day or two after new moon. It feels positive. We'll see if it shows up here, but definitely it stole my attention enough that when I went to look at the end of the timeline, I forgot where it was. So it might be one of those, like something surprising, but I don't get a bad feeling about it. So yeah, so this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries. Please, what is the angel, god, or goddess that they are dealing with? The angel of diet and nutrition. Well, that definitely wasn't what I was seeing there, but we'll go with it. The angel of diet and nutrition. Now I have to say, the artist here really does like that sort of like leg out. Yeah, the angel of diet and nutrition. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. Okay. I mean, that's true. I mean, I do watch what I eat for the most part. I do have my DoorDash binges every now and again, particularly during those. Oh my God, those extended reads for the Twin Flames and the Soulmates. My God, you bet your ass I ordered in. It's a lot of work. It's 24 readings in 1 week, like half hour each. Nuts. So what we're going to do is let's clarify that, because that's a little vague. Like, I'm not even necessarily getting a why connected to that or any clairvoyant anything. So we won't call it a blank card, but we'll say to be continued there. Let's look what Kuan Yin has to say. Now we've got Kuan Yin and Archangel Michael here, and there are two respective decks. The Kuan Yin Oracle and the Blue Angel Oracle, again by the same company as the angels, gods, and goddesses come from. So what is it that Kuan Yin thinks you need? Because if the angel of diet and nutrition says that what you need is to pay attention to what you're eating and drinking, then what does Kuan Yin say you need to then, one would think, pay attention to within yourself in the divine feminine aspect, the yin? Breathe. Hello and welcome, Kuan Yin. Oh, my beloved, please, can I have one card in clarity for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Oh, hold on. Census guy. Cute. A little too old for me, but cute. And we were both wearing cargo shorts. It was kismet. I love working from home. Everybody please take a nice deep breath. That made my day. Cute. I'm sure married with children and a wonderful credit rating. Please, Kuan Yin, one card in clarity. Oh yeah, Leo, it's that kind of day. There she is. Oh, if you could make Kuan Yin giggle, it's a good day. Please, Kuan Yin, one card in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this new moon in Virgo to a full moon next in Aries, September, October 2020. Please, again, we've got this angel of diet and nutrition. No idea what that's about, except watch what you're eating and drinking. Didn't realize there was an angel specifically dedicated to that, but why wouldn't there be? I guess that makes sense for people who are really dealing with health issues and are trying to gain or lose weight, right? And I've worked with the whole spectrum in my career. So please, for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, my beloved Kuan Yin, what is your piece of guidance and grace that they need? Empress of the Pearl. This keeps coming up. And it doesn't shock me, the Empress of the Pearl, because now I'm getting more and more familiar. I'm going to still read it from the book, but I will tell you, this is about turning your pain and suffering into light and wisdom, truth, to extract from your pain and suffering, not just what's true, right? Because this is what's true. Well, they did that, and blah, 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 right? No, but what's truth? Like, really, like, what is the eternal truth, the lesson? What are you learning from this? The idea that at the center of a pearl is a grain of sand, an irritant, right, that gets in the belly of the oyster, and it is the oyster's essentially immune system, if you want to think of it that way, as building up these layers and layers and layers of pearlized, I believe it's calcium, and makes this thing of beauty and light. right? So I'll read it to you from the book because the prayer is absolutely exquisite on this one. I really love this deck. I highly recommend it. You know, if somebody could figure out how to like set me up on this thing where I could partner with Google or whatever, or Amazon, they could all just like go there, you could like buy stuff and I would get some, but I tried to read the paperwork. It gave me a headache. Anything that's witch friendly. Empress of the Pearl, card number 10. You have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. Now right there, that first sentence, you have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. And is it so inner that you are unaware of it, right? Because of the pain and struggle. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided we are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Now, maybe this is where this diet and nutrition thing comes in. Look, I know what my comfort food is. Tends to be in the junk category. Otherwise, cookies. Any way, shape, or form, except oatmeal raisin, not my absolute favorite. But if I'm really having a bad day, I'll even do an oatmeal raisin cookie. Raisins don't belong in cookies. I inherited that from my mother. We're in agreement on that, right? They're fine on their own. Mixed with other fruits and nuts is fine, but not in baked goods. Sorry, I digress. So there has to be a real willingness here, right? Not to just suffer, martyr, drag that cross around. I said to somebody, if I'm going to be a martyr, can I get one with like a little wheel on the end so I don't have to drag that shit around on my own? Seeing challenges as a way to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. And getting caught up in suffering right now, how can you not? We're all going to fall into that. So, all right, now I'm getting a little bit more on this. Yeah, it's not just about the emotional eating part or the emotional drinking part, which we know can be problematic, but also that you're eating to help replenish and sustain yourself, to feed yourself lovingly, not to eat emotionally, but to feed in ways that are loving to yourself, giving yourself love through the food, not because of the food itself. Does that make sense? Like, it's going to take a lot to get me to do kale in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I guess you can, like, put it through a juicer or whatever, and I wouldn't know. But, like, for the most part, I quit smoking, I drink coffee, I eat well, I cook for myself most of the time, and 2 or 3 times a week, I get something ordered in. To me, that's being loving to myself in the sense that I'm exhausted. I'm not slicing and dicing tonight, right? I live alone. I can get away with that. So for me, if that's what the angel of diet and nutrition is talking about, understanding that there is suffering in play here that we are alchemizing from lead to gold. I'm still going to read you the prayer. Then that does make sense together. The prayer to the Empress of the Pearl. Kuan Yin, please. With beloved Kuan Yin, Empress of the Pearl, as my witness, I transform negativity into light through compassion. Anything that causes me discomfort, I use to grow my light so it becomes bigger than the discomfort, and I now choose to experience the light of my being and its spiritual growth as more powerful than any irritation or suffering which serves that growth. Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah. I'm going to grow from this. Grow from love. I always say name the movie and you guys never do. Grow from love. Let's ask Archangel Michael. Look, at this point, I think the highest humor is to look down at the stories that we are living individually and collectively and saying, we did not choose this, we were chosen for it. That's like I chose this. I mean, that's just such a ludicrous idea. As he almost shuffled the cards incorrectly. Get a doctor. It's like barely all I remember from French class. Breathe. Oh, because it's Archangel Michael time. Hi. It's like one of the high points of my day, tuning to Archangel Michael. Those big blue eyes. Yeah, eyes the size of planets, but it's still absolutely adorbs. Archangel Michael, please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I know you like your Leos. Please, what do you see for them this this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, the blood moon? September, October 2020. We've got the Diet of Angel and Nutrition. I'm sure you're friends. And we've got the Empress of the Pearl, Kuan Yin, really talking about an alchemization of this pain. What do the Leos need? A night on Earth. Magical new beginning. No shit. A night on Earth. Well, I would have said a day in Hollywood, a night in the Ukraine, but that's really different now. Groucho and Marx are not. Wow. A magical new beginning. Card number 8. This is a new one. I mean, I read through the book when I first got it, but a night on Earth, magical new beginning, card number 8. This card symbolizes the start of something new. A magical experience unfolds which allows you to move forward safely and with confidence. The path is clear and nothing can stop you now except your own negative thoughts. Okay. Well, from Archangel Michael's point of view, that I could see that happening. Yes, you've been suffering, but your light is shining as a result of that suffering, Leo. That you are fixed fire, right? You think of that. It's like you keep the ore, O-R-E, in the center of the furnace, right? In the crucible, it will be refined. It will purify. It will alchemize, right? But with that Angel of Diet and Nutrition, I find still such an interesting part of this. Let go of any old ways of thinking and trust. Let go of old ways of thinking and trust. Okay. Your future will not be the same as the past. Life is full of possibilities. Believe and it shall be so. Now, my pullback on that is that the divine timelines are going to play themselves out anyway, right? So whether or not you believe, how many things have happened in our lives that we had no way of seeing, let alone believing that it would happen, like the entire year of 2020. So I get what they're saying, but take it this way. It's like, yeah, anything is possible, but not everything is probable, right? I've said it over and over. It's like, I can't snap my fingers and turn it to Gal Gadot, because if I did, I don't know that I would turn back. I mean, that Wonder Woman, she's kicking ass, taking names, right? I love my Wonder Womans. There haven't been that many of them. Not like Superman's. Like, swing a dead cat, you can hit a Superman. Been an awful lot of them. Like this current version a lot. You know what I'm saying? So there's what's probable, but keep open that your life will not be the same. I mean, that line is very interesting. The path is clear and nothing can stop you now except your own negative thoughts. Let go of any old ways of thinking. Your future will not be the same as your past. Well, that's true for all of us in a way, but this feels specific as a result of you healing, as a result of your suffering and hardship. Life is full of possibilities. Believe it and it shall be so. Inside you, there is a knowing that embraces all knowledge. Live through this knowing, and life will seem like an endless blessing. You deserve to be and have all that your heart desires. You deserve to be and have all your heart desires. And then a Walt Whitman quote, keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Walt Whitman. Which also sounds like a recipe for emotional bypassing, but then again, I'm a shadow worker. Not professionally, personally, although I've held some hands in the underworld along the way. So a magical night on Earth, a magical new beginning comes. Now, magical certainly indicates that this is not something that you see coming, right? So I get that. So it's really saying that magical night where anything is possible. Like, did you ever, like, go on vacation, staying at a nice hotel or something similar, right? And the night is yours, you do whatever you want, you got money in your pocket, maybe you got some friends with you, and you just step out the front doors of the hotel, and it's like, where do you want to go? Like that, I could imagine that in Vegas, right? Just like, okay, it's a night of magical possibilities. That's a nice vibe, but then I kind of got this card, and I'm going to call this the Angel of Moderation, right? About what you eat and what you drink, because if you are suffering, to just be careful. A magical night, right? To be careful that you are not, as we discussed before, self-medicating. I mean, look, you're going to do what you're going to do. I never tell people what to do. I'm just saying, be aware if you're going to do it, to be aware that you are doing it, so that the clarity comes and goes as needed, right? let's keep going. We now have the past, present, future timeline. We're going to do 3 daughters of the moon for the yin, what's going on, past, present, future here. The mythic tarot for the yang, what's going on the outside. So from the goddesses and the gods, let's do this. Please breathe. My goddesses, please, I need 3 cards, a simple timeline for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, the blood moon of October 1st. Cards are flying all over the place, and yeah, like I said, it feels like there's something weird. Something happens right like a day or two after the new moon in Virgo. So please give me 1 card for the past. Where have they been? This could be a month ago, this could be a year ago. It's just relative past to this new moon to full moon next, please. Where are they now? Yesterday, tomorrow, today, around there when they are watching this, and where are they headed in this simple timeline for this new moon to full moon next? All right, well, we've got to study internal appraisal here, right? The Eight of Pentacles, thinking things over, assigning value. When you have something appraised, you are assigning value. If you get a car appraised, you're not asking, well, what metal is it made of, right? It's how much is it worth? A house, a ring, anything, but even a person, a place, or a thing, right? Appraising what is the wisdom that I am getting out of this now, keeping in mind with the Empress of the Pearl there, that there might be exactly that, a looking back, and trying to extract from that internally the wisdom. 7 of Pentacles is not just about physical things, it's about hard-earned things, usually. 8 of Pentacles, what have I grown? How have I grown in terms of my own values, right? In terms of who I want to be manifested in this world. Moving into the 10 of Flames, really lovely. I mean, Hava Nagila, party time. But maybe that's like the thing with the Angel of Diet and Nutrition. This is the card of the Hora. Now, I have only seen the Hora done at Jewish weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and I mean seen, not just on TV. I've been to them. So I'm familiar with the lifting on the chairs. Never lifted myself, but I understand it, right? And it is a rite of passage, something that has been worked for, by the way. As the 10 of Flames would indicate, there was great desire, great passion, something wanted here, and a magical new beginning would make sense. It would come after a completion of the cycle of fire, or air, or water, or earth, but in this case, the Hora, the 10, which has the seed of the one within it, which then manifests as a 2 of Flames, interestingly enough. To me, this is such a card of indecision. I know people say the 2 of Blades is indecision, and I understand that. It's going back and forth in the mind. But really, that's gathering information to me. That's looking at it this way and looking at it this way. Almost like appraisal, but purely mental. This is about, I can do this, or I can do this. Do I want to do this, or do I want to do that? Like element of fire. It may not necessarily be indecision in terms of something life-changing. We'll see what comes on top of that. But certainly this 10 of Flames on the inner says, well, where you are, at least right now, in this present moment, in this timeline, you got something has been accomplished within you. So maybe that is part of that alchemization, or maybe the complete alchemization of your pain and suffering into the pearl, depending on who's watching this, right? So let's look. Let's see what this is about on the outside, the yang. So nice deep breath. My Lord Apollo, god of the sun, god of prophecy, god of vision, and just a really nice guy. I love you so much. Please, 1 card in clarity to clarify this 7 of Pentacles that the goddesses have given us for this Leo collective. In fact, I'll do the prayer for all 3. Please, 3 cards in clarity, 1 at a time, for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, October into September 1st, 2020. Please clarify this 7 of Pentacles with the Lovers. So maybe a decision is at hand, but in the place of making the appraisal, right? So inside there's an appraisal, but in the past, the Lovers card is always about a life-changing decision. And here we are with that 2 of Flames. Like I said, didn't necessarily have to be life-changing, but we'll see how we get there. Maybe at that point, it boils it down to something a bit simpler. as appraisal would do, like once you really know the value of something, and that does take time. Apollo, please, my gods, for that Ten of Flames, what is this internal completion about? This really cause for celebration, and I can feel that. Something has been completed or attained here. You know, on the outside, you have, interestingly enough, the Ace of Pentacles. A magical day, a new beginning. A magical night, sorry. A night on earth, a magical new beginning. It feels like you are ready. Like you hit a place of completion and the seed is in this. This internal completion, like I don't see it so much as a death and rebirth as much as I see it as really the light being polished, radiated, clarified out of the pearl that has grown as a result of your suffering, your own growth, your own life, your own compassion. Remember, it's through compassion for yourself that alchemizes, giving yourself the love that only you can. Inner child work, right? Learning how to love yourself. My God, if we knew how to do it, we wouldn't need to learn how to do it. And it's never gonna stop that lesson. The spiritual paradigm that we're moving into, it's got to be heart-centered or it ain't going to work. It's not going to be plugged into unity consciousness, and we're moving into unity consciousness whether we want to or not. That's why the whole planet is going through the dark night of the soul when so many of us have been through it so many times. We're like guest stars brought in to assist. Good God Almighty. Where is this going, Apollo? Please clarify this Two of Flames in the future position for your Leo collective. This new moon to full moon next, interestingly enough. The Seven of Swords. I call the Mr. Sneaky card, right? He's just sneaking away. Now, it is a strategy. Some, you know, like I say, look, if it's surprise birthday party, it's not evil inherently. I guess it depends on where you're having surprise party. And whether the person that you're doing it for really fucking hates surprises, because I'm not thrilled. So I'm a little hard to surprise in that way, unless I'm dating you, then apparently it's a fucking free-for-all. In terms of the timeline here, with the Seven of Swords with the Two of Flames, I don't know that you go with the strategy necessarily. If there is something sneaky, an affair, or something that pops up, I can get that if this really is a magical night that appears out of nowhere after some sort of or part of an internal celebration at least, like sometimes we're like, no, I'm celebrating that I achieved this or that in my life. You know, it might not necessarily be a holiday or you know, or like a day where everybody's celebrating. But just be careful that your pain does not run the show and you do something that not only you regret, but that might be against your honor code, which you're going to feel later, right? That's why, like, overindulgence. Like I feel like this angel of diet and nutrition could very easily be called, in this reading at least, like subtitle, like the title, the diet of the angel of diet and nutrition, subtitle, the angel of moderation. Watch it. That's all I'm going to say is watch it. There will be, yes, the meal and the dessert and the fun and the party might be fun, but there's a check. Yeah. So I do see that Two of Flames indecision. Now, this doesn't feel like it's going to manifest right away, particularly with that Two of Flames, that there's this thing of not sure whether or not you want to go for it. And if you're still in this place of healing and suffering, I think that's really your cautionary POV, point of view, to look through. It's like, am I really okay with doing this? Because, again, through an appraisal of a decision, it still may not at this point have been made, and may not for a while. Tricky. Breathe. Yeah, I don't see myself in that timeline, and that's okay, but we'll see. You know, sometimes it's a week later you see it. Nice deep breath. Higher selves of all involved, possibly my own included. Please, one card in clarity, the piece of information, inspiration, or insight that the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs need. This new moon in Virgo, there's still something distracting or something going on right around or a day or two after, right? That new moon in Virgo to the full moon in Aries. Please, can we have one card for the waxing moon here, September into October 1st, 2020. Ask for help. This is what I mean. Like, you might need to phone a friend. Ask for help. What is it that you really need help with be willing to allow yourself the support that you need. So it might be just that, like you might need some help, particularly in the decision making here. Like I don't see the Two of Flames as usually a great big huge thing, but with that Empress of the Pearl and this new beginning that's coming, and the new beginning is reflected in this Ace of Pentacles in the present moment with this internal Ten of Flames things. I'm just going to say be careful. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. I mean, is that even about eating and drinking information? Is that about vibrational states and groups of people and things like that? Just really, I mean, there's a lot on the table here that way. I don't know why that it doesn't relate or resonate to me directly, which is good. I don't need to be in every reading that I have a planet in. Thank you very much. But for you to ask for help, it might even be like, okay, I really don't know what to do. And what is often helpful is someone to say, well, then you don't know what to do right now. That's okay. Unless it's something really, really imminent, that sort of life-changing decision that's immediate. Let's get your last card down, because I know what I would say as a spiritual counselor in tuning to that, and maybe I'll say it anyway, but let's see if there's a card that says something similar or the same. Breathe. From the Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity. They need this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, because what we thought would be sort of an okay reading with that diet of angel and nutrition now seems to have a much clearer focus here in terms of an internal completion and a new beginning, and the card of the Lovers in the past. And what really, I won't say concerns me, but catches my eye over and over and over again is that Empress of the Pearl. Please, with this magical night dawning, a future unlike your past, their past, my Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra for them this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, September into October 2020? Soothing impatience. There is nothing to do but wait. Now, it's not the mantra that I thought. What I would say is, in terms of this decision, and I will read this in a minute, and I'm going to paraphrase probably from this healing mantra deck. If it's a yes, nothing can stop me. And if I'm unsure, it's always a no, right? That's an important one. It's been coming up a lot for me too. But you've got soothing impatience, which means there's no need to rush on this. There's nothing to do but wait. So if you really do not know, right, you intuitively know what is good for you to do. So what would the diet of angel and nutrition have to do with any of this, except to guide you to the wiser choices? Now, I can't get away from the feeling of drugs and alcohol here in some way, shape, or form, although there is an angel of addiction here. This might not be an addiction issue per se. That was definitely in the Cancerian read that I did before you. But this might be a thing of going a little overboard that causes problems for you, particularly in terms of a decision, that there is some sneaky around. And so if you're sneaking whatever is going into your mouth, etc., that angel of diet and nutrition, then there's something bigger at stake going on here. So there's nothing to do but wait. And I know when we get impatient, it can be impulsive to just like eat, right, to pass the time. Let me get you to the card here. Soothing impatience. There is nothing to do but wait. When impatience is soothed, each perceivable barrier becomes an opportunity to be more aligned with your soul by slowing down. In other words, you're not being punished. And I hate being slowed down. I am not the most patient person on planet Earth, but I've gotten much better at it on the spiritual path, because we're not in charge of the timing. Everybody's like, oh, it's all in divine timing. No, it's all in divine timing. So you might as well relax and go with it, but easier said than done. In the soothing of impatience, you no longer see moments of pause or delay as conspiring against you. Oh yeah? You try having a YouTube schedule. Instead, you realize they are giving you time for inner reflection, where life's deepest meaning can be uncovered, even in the most ordinary of circumstances. And that certainly makes sense for where we are on planet Earth right now. So many of our dreams have been put on hold. Our relationships, right? Our relationships are developing in a completely different way. Now, I hope eventually they would get back to some sort of semblance of dating and physical contact. One would hope, right? But certainly things are on pause here, and we've had the opportunity to really grow and develop on the inner, regardless of the things we are still perhaps impatient for in the outer. Life's deepest meaning can be uncovered even in the most ordinary of circumstances. Life's deepest meaning. That's worth the wait, right? This mantra is ideal for becoming more grounded, easing frustrations, and releasing blame. Interesting. Let's put it all together for you then. We've got the Angel of Diet and Nutrition. As I said from the beginning, it's an odd one to get, and I do feel like it's relevant. This isn't a cast-off. This is new. This is the angel that walks with them, that they need to be aware of what they are eating and drinking for this new moon to full moon next, because there may be some healing in gestation in terms of suffering, pain, and adversity. Well, and I'm also, let's jump around here. And where they are in this present moment, I do feel like there is this new beginning, that there has been some completion and some celebration within as a result with this magical night. I mean, this is really a cool card. A night on Earth. Magical new beginnings, like watching the sunrise. I mean, technically 12:01 is the new day, but you know what I'm saying, right? And dealing with this in the past too, an appraisal of a big life decision. Now, is this a romantic thing? Nothing else is screaming it on the table, gotta say. So this might just be about, oopsie, the real taking the time, Eight of Pentacles, going over the numbers, the facts, the figures, and as well as I would think the visceral, intuitive part of appraising this decision in and of itself, what you want. That leads to, again, this is the card that concerns me. Two of Flames with Seven of Swords is really talking about having an indecisive moment back and forth about something sneaky or in the shadow. Now, if it's coming from this really good place, that could be resorting to behavior that you know isn't right for you intuitively. So ask for help. Right? Just to say to somebody, oh my God, I'm on such a high, I know I want to eat the world, right? Or drink the world, or eat and drink the world, or whatever that ingestion is. That could be content, right? I mean, it's a bit of a stretch on it, but there is no angel of internet consumption here either in this deck, at least that I've come across so far. It hasn't. So you know what I mean? What are you consuming, right? The angel of moderation. Try and find the balance in that. Because what you might be doing is soothing impatience here, or that's what you're trying to do through drugs, alcohol. And again, look, I get it. It's the end of the summer, right? I get it. The 18th, October 1st, by the time we hit this next full moon, it will be fall, right? Autumnal equinox, Mabon is right around the corner. So that impatience thing, be mindful of that. Here, let's just do the prayer. The blessing. May the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs have all that they need. Be blessed with all that they need this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, that they may soothe impatience, knowing there is nothing to do but wait, as they are mindful and take the guidance about what they consume with this magical night, this night on Earth, this magical new beginning that certainly showed up here with this Ace of Pentacles, this seed that has behind it, or at least within the Leo, this sense of completion and celebration, that they really do ask for help in the making of these decisions, this life decision of the lovers in the past and this Two of Flames decision in the future, that they really take their own personal appraisal, but that really ask for help in terms of how to carry this out, how to think about this that's honorable, as this pain and suffering within them heals, allowing more light and growth to be the dominant focus than the suffering and adversity and perhaps even loss itself involved. May they be so blessed, and may we all be so blessed in this situation for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Kind of a serious read there. Started off a little like, huh? Angelo, diet, nutrition, well, okay. But I think overall a very, very strong waxing moon message, particularly starting with Virgo, new moon to full moon next in Aries. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This was a rather serious one, I think, and for some of you, more serious, way more serious than others. That being said, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you are, so called, and do feel free to comment. I would like to hear how this is for some of you. I read every comment. I don't always respond, but if you see a thumbs up and a heart at the same time, you know that's me. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed this new moon in Virgo to full moon in Aries. Hail. Farewell, my darlings, and blessed, blessed be.